Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into something pretty fascinating, the Trump family's expanding world in crypto.
Yeah, it's definitely a space they're moving into fast.
It seems like a really complex landscape, moves happening all the time, but we're here to help you get a handle on it, quick and clear.
Exactly.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Well, the thing is, our sources show it's not just one thing. It's pretty diverse. We're talking Bitcoin mining, stable coins, the works, a really significant portfolio.
Right. So where do we start? Let's kick off with American Bitcoin. That's the one backed by Eric Trump and Donald Trump Jr., correct?
That's the one. Big news recently.
Yeah, they raised, what was it, $220 million? That's a huge amount.
A whopping $220 million. And get this,
What?
$10 million of that, bam, straight into Bitcoin immediately.
Wow. Okay, so not messing around. That signals some serious confidence, doesn't it? More than just setting up miners.
Absolutely. And what's fascinating here is the structure. American Bitcoin isn't just, starting from scratch.
Oh, so.
It's actually a subsidiary of Hut 8. They're a big, publicly traded Bitcoin miner already.
Okay.
Hut 8 basically gave, well, substantially, all of its Bitcoin mining equipment over to American Bitcoin.
In exchange for what?
For about 80% of American Bitcoin's stock. So it's like Hut 8 spun out a dedicated mining operation with serious assets from day one.
Got it. Leveraging existing infrastructure. And American Bitcoin is planning to go public too, right?
Yep. Through a reverse merger. They're merging with Griffin Digital Mining.
Ah, the faster route to public markets, avoiding the whole traditional IPO process.
Exactly. They're aiming to trade on NASDAQ under the ticker ABTC. It signals they want to scale up and fast.
Okay, so that's the mining foundation, but they're not stopping there. What about Trump Media and Technology Group, TMTG? That's the publicly traded one.
Right, TMTG. This is where it gets really interesting, I think.
How so?
They announced plans to raise potentially $2.5 billion,
For what? General operations.
specifically for its own Bitcoin treasury.
Wow, that sounds familiar. Like Michael Saylor's strategy with MicroStrategy.
Precisely. It's that playbook. Hold Bitcoin on the company balance sheet.
What's the angle there? Just belief in Bitcoin or something more strategic for a media company?
Well, it does a couple of things. It strengthens the balance sheet with a potentially high-growth asset. It can attract certain investors, maybe act as an inflation hedge,
Makes sense.
And it ties the company's value more closely to Bitcoin's performance. Plus, TMTG also filed to launch its own Bitcoin ETF.
An ETF too, so they want to offer a product for investors.
Yeah, basically a way for you, the investor, to get exposure to Bitcoin's price without actually having to buy and hold the Bitcoin yourself. It's another layer of involvement.
Okay, so deep into Bitcoin on multiple fronts, mining, treasury, ETFs. But if we connect this to the bigger picture, it's not just Bitcoin, is it?
Not at all. That's what's striking.
We've seen a Trump meme coin, for instance. The market cap on that is, what, over $1.7 billion? Which is kind of wild for a meme coin.
It truly is. I mean, $1.7 billion, largely driven by, internet buzz and branding. Meme coins are often about community and sentiment more than fundamentals.
Right. It shows the power of that brand recognition spilling directly into the crypto space.
Definitely. And then there's another project, World Liberty Financial. This one's maybe less talked about, but quite ambitious.
What's that involved?
They're developing a decentralized finance app, a DeFi app. Think blockchain banking services, lending, borrowing, but without the traditional banks.
So moving into financial services on the blockchain.
Exactly. And they also have their own stablecoin, crypto pegged typically to the dollar.
Yeah, how's that doing?
That stablecoin reportedly has a market cap of around $2.2 billion.
Wow. Okay, so let me just recap here. We've got direct Bitcoin mining and acquisition.
Right.
Corporate treasuries holding Bitcoin, plans for a Bitcoin ETF,
Yep.
a meme coin leveraging the brand, and a venture building DeFi services and a stablecoin.
You got it. It's a really broad spectrum.
It's much more than just sort of dipping a toe in. This looks like a really diversified, multi-pronged strategy across the entire crypto ecosystem.
That's exactly the point.
Yeah.
What these ventures really show is how major public figures and the businesses linked to them aren't just experimenting anymore.
They're making significant investments.
Significant investments, yes, and innovating across many different parts of the crypto world. This stuff influences how people see crypto, how it gets adopted. It's not just about one coin. It's a full spectrum approach.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener, and maybe for the future of finance, the sheer scale, the variety here? It's pretty remarkable.
It is. And I think this raises a really important question for all of us watching this space. Given this level of capital, this diversity of strategies, all driven by such high-profile figures,
Yeah.
what could the long-term impact be? How might this accelerate or maybe shape the way digital assets integrate into our mainstream financial systems? That's something worth thinking about.